To many of us, we know how to carry out our analysis perfectly. The only challenge we are having is how to get entry. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can make your trading entry precise and very much selective using the candlestick pattern and trading on the 1 hour time frame. So follow me carefully through this video as I'll be showing you what type of candlestick formation you need to see and what other validation you need in order for you to make your entry. And all of this will happen on the 1 hour time frame. Welcome to Royal FOREX Academy. I want to say thank you to all our new subscribers. Thank you for the love, thank you for the support, thank you for the subscription, thank you for the like, thank you for sharing the video. And please, if you are coming across this video for the first time, do well to subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video. Now, it is very important anytime you open your chart to look from your left hand side. What is playing out from your left hand side, which means the previous price action, always determines the next price action. Why? Because this market is repetitive in nature. It always replicates what has been done before. So there is nothing happening on the chart that is new aside from what has been done before. So now looking at this, price has been bearish for some time. You can see that this price has been bearish over time. So if we are to determine this trend based on this 1 hour time frame, that has been selling for a period of this, you can see looking at our period separator, this dot line are period separators. So each of these, the price has been selling, and it has been moving smoothly towards the downside. So we can now connect our trend line you can see it here is my trend line, and I have it connected to price movement. So this is my trend line. Now that I have established this, the question now is, how do I make my entry? Remember, as far as trading is concerned, the first thing you need to do is for you to establish your trend. Once you have known your trend, you have done 50% of the work, because it is always said that the trend is your friend, and it will be of a great advantage that you trade in the direction of the trend. The question is why? You and I are not the market maker. Except you are a market maker coming across this video, it is a privilege seeing a market maker watching the video. But however, price will always move easily and smoothly in the direction of the trend. So now that we have established the direction of our trend, price is bearish, what do we need to do? Remember, if you are familiar with us here, we talked a lot about the chart pattern. And I'm talking about a continuation pattern, two major patterns, the bearish flag pattern and the bullish flag pattern. So in a downtrend, we have a bearish flag pattern. So this is our bearish flag pattern. So when you have identified your trend, and then price begin to pull back towards the direction of the trend, just as you are seeing now, the trend line, all you need to do is for you to carry your another trend line and mark this point the lower part of the price movement, because this is a retracement. However, already you have your order blocked being marked out here, because that is your order block. And then remember we talked about point of interest. So here we are having a fair value gap. So look at what happened. Price did not get to the order block, but this price begins to move and then fill more than 50% of this particular fair value gap. And after that, what happened? Remember, we said our entry is going to be based on a candlestick formation, and all of this will happen on the 1 hour time frame. So when price filled that first, price gave us a beautiful candlestick pattern. What is the candlestick pattern? You can see a bearish hammer. So this is an inverted hammer. We call it inverted hammer because it is facing the other way around. So this is an inverted hammer. So when we get this inverted hammer, we knew, because this is a downtrend and it is happening from inside our fair value gap. So immediately we get this formation, the next thing should be crossing your mind is a continuation. And as well as we are aware of this chart pattern building up, is a bearish continuation pattern. And as well that it build up to fill a fair value gap. So when price come into this zone, we are expecting a reaction. So we get this candle, and afterward price pull back again, and then we get this particular rejection. After this hammer, we get this rejection, and you can see that this rejection covers how many previous candles? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this shows us a strength on the part of the sellers. So we'll be making our entry here. So your entry will be here, and then your stop loss will be here. So this entry was based on this candlestick pattern. Then we use our CCI, which is our commodity channel index, to validate this entry. And how do we do it? In this scenario, since we did not get the signal from here, we now use it to validate the cross of our level. So the CCI crosses the level of 50, because this was not coming from 100, it didn't get to 80 or 90, so it crosses 50, and that is our entry confirmation. So that is one. Here again, you see that pullback? Immediately price begins to pull back. All you need to do is for you to mark and then look at. We have this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So you would have made your entry here, and then price move all the way to the downside. And of course, here is the cross of price crossing the 50 level of our RSI. So that is a beautiful entry. Here is another one. Price begins to pull back. Remember, we are still in a downtrend, and that is why you see these things playing out with ease. This is not complicated. Please, it is advisable you watch this video more than once. Make note out of it so that you can always make reference to it when you are monitoring your chart. When price pull back, I will put this line, knowing too well that this is a pullback. And afterward, what next? Look at what happened. This is 1 hour time frame. It's interesting to know that after that we have, you see now, price pull back to the trend line, and then we have this engulfing candlestick pattern. So the only candlestick pattern you will be trading is either an engulfing candlestick pattern or a pin bar candlestick pattern, either a hammer or a pin bar. So we have this bearish engulfing. Price tend to pull back again, and then look at this. We have this beautiful rejection that closes outside of this trend line. So how many candles did this cover? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a powerful signal. And then look at this, then this bearish pin bar. And after that, pay attention to your CCI line. The CCI is crossing from the level of 80. So that is a perfect entry. And you can see how that trade plays out massively. And again, we will continue in this direction. So look at what happens here. Price came all the way down again and then pulled back to the upside. And as it is pulling back, pick our trend line again, and here is our markup. And then remember, when this is happening, we will always mark also our point of interest. That is the other block there being marked. So look at when this price pushed to this upside, this price tap into that particular zone. It gave us the first rejection, and then after that it gave us this particular bearish pin bar. I call it inverted hammer. And immediately we have this, we will not be in a hurry to make our entry. Why? Because price has break this trend line. So if this is going to buy, it may tend to retest this trend line and then continue to the upside. But it break it safely, and then price crosses the 50 level for RSI, and you see that move to the downside. So now, in this scenario, price came back here and we begin to get this signal. You can see that immediately we are spotting a divergence. So this is a divergence which shows us that a reversal is imminent. And after that reversal, something happened. Price came back to this trend line, break out of it, retest it. You can see that. And then we have this particular candlestick formation, this rejection, and that is how price move to the upside. So the question now is, in this case, what has happened? In this case, price has break structure as far as this 1 hour is concerned. And if you look at it critically, there is already a break, price break, and it retests this zone. So what do I want to see now? What I want to see now is simple. I am going to mark my point of interest. I have these zones marked out. That is one. Then secondly, I will now pick up my trend line. So for now, there is no retest of it. So this is acting as a reference line for now. So what do I want to see later? Later, when price begins to build back toward this trend line, I will carefully pick up another trend line and mark it this way. So the essence of marking it that way is for me to be able to find my entry, so that when price break out of it and give me a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern or a bullish pin bar, I will now buy to the upside. This is exactly how to trade. This is exactly how this pattern works. I already know my trend. This pullback does not necessarily mean it will be a trend line. It is all about identifying the structure of the market, marking out your point of interest, and then incorporate it. If you are surprised about what this language point of interest is, please go through our previous video. You see how I've singled out each of the point of interest, how you can identify order block, how you can identify support and resistance, how you can identify smart money cube, how you can identify fair value gap. These are our point of interest, and there is a video on this channel that will guide you on how to identify each of these point of interest. Please, and I believe I've been able to simplify this enough for you to understand. And if you have any question, please go ahead to ask in the comment section, and do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when I upload our next video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the subsequent video.